Hello and welcome to Japanese in 5, where we take 5 minutes out of your extremely busy day and teach you Japanese. This topic is going to be split up into 2 segments. The first one is going to be on DAKE, which means only, and the other way to say only, SHIKA, will be in part 2. This is number 19, part 1. Here we go. We're going to talk about using DAKE, which is the most familiar way to use only in Japanese because it lines up with what we do in English. It's exactly how we use the English version of only. Hitotsu dake arimasu. This is the very first sentence we're going to look at. And it really is just saying, hitotsu, one item, dake, only, arimasu, I have. That's exactly like English. I have only one thing. If you look, by the way, this is sort of a secret thing. If you ever want to know how to actually translate a Japanese sentence, start from the reverse and go backwards. If you look, you have, I have only one. Whenever I'm stuck on a really huge sentence, when I'm doing a document translation, I just go to the back of the sentence, start with the verb, and move on forward. All right, now we're going to look at dake with amounts because, of course, you're going to say sometimes I only have one, like we just did, but there's other things. You could say, chotto dake onegaishimasu. Just a little bit, please. That could mean, hey, I need your help. Chotto dake, just a little bit. Or, hey, I need sugar. Chotto dake. Yes, you could say skoshi dake also, but chotto dake is what we went with here. Here's one where we're asking for 3 things. We had one that was one thing there, but now we're going to put a verb on there. We're going to change it up a little bit. It's going to be mitsu dake itadakimashita. Mitsu dake itadakimashita. I received only 3. I received just 3. Notice that I'm using only here, but in the past sentences, or in future sentences, you'll see me use just, but for all intents and purposes, just and only are the same thing. Now here's a longer sentence. Hopefully it's easy for you to see. If not, again, download that PDF and look at it. 5分だけ磨けばすごくきれいになります。5分だけ磨けばすごくきれいになります. You see that this is a much more advanced sentence, but the meaning of dake does not change. If you brush for just 5 minutes, it will get clean. Maybe I'm saying this to my daughter who's scrubbing the tires on my car, and she's complaining that I've made her do this, and this is what I might be able to say to her. Now let's look at what dake can do with verbs. This is a little bit interesting. We have throwing the dake immediately after the verb lets you do things like this. あとはパンを買うだけです. Maybe I've called my wife and I said, hey, what are you doing? When can you come home? She might respond with, あとパンを買うだけです. I just have to buy some bread. That's all that's left. That's what the あと does. あと means remaining. パン買うだけ. パンを買うだけです. Just to buy bread. All that's left is just to buy bread. All right, now we're going to do a really big sentence for the advanced users. This one is not going to have any furigana on it. It does in the PowerPoint. In the PDF, but not the PowerPoint. All right, 先生の仕事は教えることだけではなく、勉強することも必要です. One more time. 先生の仕事は教えることだけではなく、勉強することも必要です. A teacher's job is not just teaching, but studying is also necessary. That's a very nice sentence. Here's one more. ひらがなを読むだけでは日本の新聞が読めないです. Just reading hiragana alone, only reading hiragana, you cannot read a Japanese newspaper. We have 1 more minute left. Let's see if we can do this. Here's another one. 日本に1週間いるだけでは日本語が上達しないです. Being in Japan for just 1 week, your Japanese will not improve. That is, of course, a subjective statement. Maybe it will. 日本に1週間いるだけでは日本語が上達しません. If I want to change the form from sinitis. But again, the dake is saying, with just this alone, this is not going to happen. And here's the final thing that dake can do. It means as much as, which is a weird thing. Really, it can mean as much as and only, but yes, it can. 宿題をできるだけやってください. Do as much homework as possible. You could also say, できるだけ早くしてください. Do it as fast as possible. And here's the final one. 買えるだけ買ってください. 買えるだけ買ってください. Buy as much as possible. Thank you for watching. Japanese from Zero, YesJapan.com, Japanese in 5. See you in the next 5 minutes. Bye-bye.